For a tiny country, Montenegro really packs a punch. It's less than 14,000 square kilometres, about the size of Connecticut or Greater Sydney, but it's incredibly diverse. We've explored the wild mountains of Dermator and the stunning coastline from Ulcinj to Budva. Now we're heading back into the mountains to escape the summer heat and discover a different side of Montenegro. From the quiet streets of Cetinje, the historic and cultural capital, to the forests of Lovćen National Park and the isolated mountaintop Mausoleum of Petar II Petrović-Njegoš. We're wild camping again tonight, watching a beautiful sunset in the mountains. The spot is, well, let's be real. It's a bit of a rubbish dump. There's an old ruined building. There's a burned out patch there. There's rubbish lying around. But hey, it's free. It's going to be quiet tonight, I think, I hope. The next day we drove down to explore Cetinje, the capital of Montenegro from the late 15th century until 1946, when the political capital moved to Podgorica. Today, Cetinje is a sleepy town with beautiful tree-lined boulevards and a long pedestrian street lined with cafes and former palaces and embassies.
So we've got a map of Cetinje, the cultural, historical capital of Montenegro. The monastery is right over there. You drive down the boulevard, at this area here.
Yeah. Up where the flag is there is Bishop Danilo's mausoleum. We don't know who he is. We don't know much at all about this place.
That's because it was left to the driver to do some research. Lazy driver.
However, we did know that Cetinje is famous for its Serbian Orthodox monastery, so we walked up there to check it out. The Cetinje monastery dates back to the 15th century and was rebuilt in 1701 after a fire. It houses several holy relics, including the right hand of John the Baptist and a piece of the Holy Cross. They have a strict no-camera policy and also a strict dress policy. So here's Nigel in his skirt.
Yeah, I'll get myself covered at the knees.
Within the monastery there are beautiful icons and loads of religious art.
It's all a bit secret squirrel though.
Yeah, we didn't get to see the piece of the cross or the hand of St. John the Baptist, sadly. On the side of the old monastery was this church built in 1889. The church is called the Court Church. It was built by King Nicola I, Montenegro's first and only king. He is buried in here along with his wife Queen Milena and Ivan Crnojević, the founder of Cetinje. Iconography. What's really interesting about this church is you can see these columns of a much older church. That older church was part of a monastery built here by Ivan Crnojević in the 15th century.
Things you do in the process of trying to film, we get stuck in a rather spiky blackberry bush. But what a beautiful view of the church on the old ruins.
After the monastery, we walked into the town centre in search of coffee. Ciao! Dobar dan!
Here's their coffee.
2 macchiatos, €4. Definitely higher prices here. Maybe we were charged a tourist price too.
Yeah, it's very noticeable, isn't it? We're paying probably less than €2 for the same coffees in Kosovo.
Yeah, €1 each or 80 cents each.
Yeah, quite noticeable.
Yeah, well, it's what it is.
It's what it is.
So as the royal capital of Montenegro, there were a lot of embassies here in Cetinje, and this blue building here, this is the former German embassy, and this red one here is the former British embassy, which is now a music academy.
We might have spotted King Nick over there. Queen Milena.
This building behind me is known as the Blue Palace, and it was built as a royal residence for the prince.
Welcome to the official residence of the President of Montenegro.
The Cetinje Royal Palace was built in the 1860s. It now houses a museum that includes the crown jewels. This statue is Ivan Crnjović, who allied with Venice and led the resistance against the Ottoman Turks. He founded the capital here at Cetinje in the 15th century. So this is Peter II's residence, the billiard house, named after the billiard table inside. You can go in there to see a relief map of Montenegro in the gardens. However, instead we decided to head out to Lovćen National Park. I think we might just stop here. Thank you. Is there an information centre?
Yes, this road maybe 6 kilometers.
Even over
Korita,
Korita, thank you. There's all these little houses and cabins, but they all look abandoned and shuttered. We're in Lovćen National Park. We are leaving the van here at the visitor centre. We're going off on a hike called the Wolf Trail. Apparently there are both bears and wolves in this park. Hopefully we see neither. It's about a 7-kilometre loop and supposedly fairly easy. We've just joined the main trail and it's like a cobbled road. I think there's still a high probability of a toe stumping.
A few moments later.
Stumping. Ruddy rocks.
We've reached a crossroads. There's actually some information and trail signs here. So there's a signboard telling us about the flora and fauna.
Mama's bear.
Oh. Verbena glava is the mountain. Dolovi. We are heading that way, so we're going to continue on the 753 towards Dolovi. Oh, it's nice now, it's not rocky again. We are walking this trail clockwise because we started, I don't know, I guess it's around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we figured we wanted to be walking in the shady part while it's hotter and then through the village later on.
Plus there might be a pub.
What was that, Nigel?
Nothing.
I don't think he even needed to be mic'd up for you friends to know what he said there, right? Starting to get some views of the mountains now through the trees. Oh, you can see the Mausoleum from here. There's definitely a built-up road that we're walking along, but I'm not sure that it gets much vehicular traffic. And there's a viewpoint here. We can see all the way down to the coast. Oh my gosh!
Wow. That is cool.
Yeah, we can't quite see Petar. Bay of Petar. Plane's just taken off from Tibet, so I stayed at literally at the end of the runway. It's so cool up here. This is spectacular. We're walking now along this ridge and just got amazing views out over the coast. This is a great hike. It's weird. Houses are all like shuttered, closed. There's no people around. I did hear voices, but it could have been other hikers. And other than that one car, there's no sign of human life.
It's almost like the houses were built illegally and no, that's it, you're out.
Zombie apocalypse stuff.
No one here.
No. It's very
No
odd.
pub, which is even worse.
So the last little bit of the trail is along the sealed road. Well, Nigel, reflections on that hike?
Height, yeah, it's quite easy. It's, apart from the fact that roll the ankle. Yeah. Nice. I just keep getting distracted with all the beautiful flora and fauna.
Yeah, it's pretty flat all the way. It's definitely not difficult, but it was very enjoyable. And
Peaceful,
I mean,
like nobody around.
Yeah.
Only a handful of people.
Yes.
Which is nice.
And
Crowds at the beaches.
the views from that lookout were just spectacular. So, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, recommend it.
And you don't need to be super fit. I just did it in runners. We've found another beautiful place to park up in nature. We're in the Lovćen National Park, and this is a car park on the side of the road. There's a little hut there with a lovely lady called Maria selling locally produced goods, and we're just below the Petar II Petrović Mausoleum, which we're going to go up to tomorrow. So this is Maria. She works here in the stall. Nigel's got himself a bottle of wine. We've got some honey. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
Havala.
Good talking to you. Well,
Have a nice day, night here.
Thank
have a
you.
very nice day now.
See you tomorrow, my dear.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're gonna go up to the mausoleum tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Today we have another episode of Cooking Adventures with Nigel and Sue for you, and we're making our new favourite breakfast. It should probably really be called brunch, and it's called halloumi hash. So I'm frying up some onions. I've chopped the halloumi, and I've boiled some potatoes, and also have a bag of baby spinacino. Right, so I have fried up the halloumi and the onions. Take them off the pan. Chuck in my boiled potatoes into some olive oil and just get them nice and golden and crispy. Finally, add the spinach and then just cook it until that wilts. And there you have it. Just cooking up an egg to put on top of Nigel's. Who did it better, friends? With eggs and mushrooms or without? Vote in the comments.
Goes without saying.
So these two old guys have just rocked up and parked literally right next to us. They've got, I don't know what sort of vegetation that is in the back of the car. And they're out there. Old mate's got this blue plastic. You can't really see him behind the other old guy, but he's cutting, they look like weeds to me. I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know why they had to park like literally right next to us. They're about a metre away and there's this huge big area. Anyhow. Well, that was fascinating. So I just had a chat with the older of the two men who had to be like 70 or 80. And he came and pulled out some of this plant here. Looks like this. And from what we could kind of communicate, obviously he didn't speak a word of English. I don't speak a word of Serbo-Croatian, or maybe 2 words. His friend said a little bit in English, but apparently they make a tea out of this and it's good for men for their prostate, not women. Women don't drink it, just for men. So he was pointing at Nigel saying to give it to him. But they're heading off now. Look at the back of their car is full of all these weeds. Well, here goes trying the local wine.
For Maria, it's either going to be bellissimo, a nice drop, or expensive vinegar.
It smells all right. It's not vinegar.
Very quaffable.
That's all right. Yeah.
Thank you, Montenegro.
Thumbs up. The next day we drove up the hill to check out the mausoleum. You can see the mausoleum up there. The road up is very steep. It might not look like that. Look at the view, friends. Oh, we're going to park here. Okay.
Yeah.
We're parked up in a hairpin bend. We're just walking the final little bit uphill to the restaurant at the bottom of the mausoleum. It only opens at 10 o'clock. It's only just gone 10. There's already a bunch of vehicles parked up here. No pets, no drones, no smoking. Yeah, well, there's definitely not a lot of parking here. Just a place to turn around. You have to go park down there.
Yeah, definitely that's the place to park, I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so do we pay a ticket somewhere up here?
Yeah, this is just, I think, for the restaurant. The mausoleum houses the remains of Petar II Petrović, also known as Njegoš, who was a prince bishop, poet and philosopher. His works are some of the most revered in Montenegrin literature. From this final resting place, he would have been able to look out over his capital down there, Cetinje, down to the Bay of Kotor, and pretty much all over his country.
Well.
All right, so you stop at this little ticket booth here at the top of the stairs before the tunnel, pay €8 per person, children is 4, and we actually got some information in English. There are 461 steps to climb to reach the mausoleum. Thankfully, most of them are in this shaded tunnel because it was hot this day. There's a little window. The step's pretty massive.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We're getting our steps in today. Literal steps. Stairs. Still no end in sight. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
It's been our campsite for the last couple of nights.
Petar II Petrović chose this spot for his mausoleum because he could see the whole country from here. From the Bay of Kotor and out across the Adriatic Sea.
Wow, what a stunning view.
To the south, Lake Skadar, and the mountains all the way up to Dermator. And this is the mausoleum. Sculpture is really big. You know, his foot is almost as long as my leg.
So now we make our way down the stairs.
And when you come out of the mausoleum, there's a little viewing platform down here. So we'll go and get some good views of the Bay of Kotor from here.
Oh, far out.
Join us next time as we head back down to the coast and we find ourselves in a sticky situation.